Hello, everybody. This is your angel reading, or rather, angelic guidance for the last week of March already, hey? So, this is from March 23 to March 29. At the end of March, we're all globally going through an intense time with the coronavirus. We all need to stand together. We all need to stand in our truth and really be aware of your fears and where you don't commit to yourself and your integrity. And committing to yourself and your integrity also means how you treat other people. So, fear instigates a lot of judgment. We judge others about how they act within the fear, how they act within taking precautions or not, or according to what we think should be. So just be careful of that. I see a lot of that going around on Facebook where people are judging others for not doing enough. And this is not about others. This is about knowing yourself as a soul on this planet at this time. Your soul chose to be here. Your soul chose to live through this and to experience this in a way that will help you to transform and to transform the whole consciousness of Earth to a new level. It has been almost 100 years since we've seen a pandemic like this. And although we are more advanced, we've got more medicine and everything that keeps us stable. We've got the internet to communicate, to inspire, to uplift, to not feel secluded. It's also a time where you need to see, what am I putting into the consciousness? And there's nothing to push our buttons to see how we react, like the fear of death. And as I spoke in my blog this week, is remember that we're also being praised to focus on how we see death, how we fear death, how we experience our own mortality. In my book, In the Shadow of the Angel of Death, I spoke about how we need to live a life of inspiration and joy in order to pass over joyfully. This is what the Angel of Death shared with me in my book, as I wrote everything that he told me in that book about how we need to see death in another way. Death has been part of everything we've known for ages and ages, and we keep reincarnating, keep going through birth and death every time and every time we fear it. And that fear of death, of losing somebody else, or not being able to take care of anybody else, it all triggers that point of trouble that we need to focus on at this stage, that we've spoken about in the previous months as well, is how do I surrender? How do I trust? And ultimately, the virus is here to inspire us to see what we put into the consciousness. How do I surrender? How do I trust? We cannot rewrite the consciousness if everybody isn't going through the same kind of thing. This is an amazing time to rewrite the consciousness with love and empowerment and support, understanding, instead of judging and pointing the finger. Archangel Michael came to me this morning with the card Power. This was painted by my daughter, a beautiful version of Michael. And Michael wants to remind us as to our inner power. What is it that your soul brought to earth? What is inside, within this body, that is eternal, that cannot be influenced by any fear or any fear of death or not surviving? As a human race, we need to focus on the things that we are willing to do to survive and ask ourselves why. People turn against their pets, leaving their pets at sanctuaries, causing more of a problem. People are changing the way they react to animals. People are not looking at what needs to happen within their own space. So, at this stage, your inner power is knowing your truth, is knowing how you feel about the world, about life, about your share in it. How do you care for your body as a living being? What do you believe for your body and your loved ones as living beings on this earth? How do you honor them on their journey? How do you honor the people whose souls did choose to pass during this time? Do you acknowledge them? Do you acknowledge the possibility that your soul might have chosen that? Are you okay with that? Can you really stand in front of your fears and say, there's a greater purpose to this all, and it's not just about me? It's about the earth as a whole, as a planet, of life as we know it. And what are you willing to spread? Will you be the light at the end of the tunnel? Will you be the calm in the storm? Or will you join in the anger and the resentment? I've noticed some very beautiful things. I've noticed people smiling at each other in the shops. I've noticed people acknowledging each other more because they understand that we're all in this together. Have you noticed the beauty that is happening with everything that's standing still? I know it's all over social media. The clear canals in Venice, the dolphins, fish that can be seen. People can see the blue sky again. Pollution is starting to subside. Imagine the rebirth. And for this, the death process needs to be there. And we need to stand up and commit to what our souls chose to be within this space. So this is very much a time of looking into the self, acknowledging your soul as an eternal being, and acknowledging that you chose to be here. Acknowledging that you trust and to surrender what is, and to surrender your fears of death, because it's merely a transition into the heavenly space, into the other dimensions from where we assist the earth even at this time. And everybody that passes is part of that new upliftment of the earthly realm. Remember with the fires in Australia? Remember how the angels explained that when a lot of innocent souls pass at the same time, how they open up the veil to allow all that love energy, that healing and renewal to come to us. And remember, this is a number 4 year. It's a year of miracle healings. And although it might not seem like that right now, how can this miracle happen inside of you? How can this miracle happen in your life where you start appreciating again those that are around you, appreciating what is available? This is miracle healing. If you open your eyes to see it. And above all, love yourself. Care for yourself in a way that nobody else can. We are going through all kinds of challenges. And it's not just the virus. There's other things. Difficult choices, difficult things. And things we get stuck in because it's hard to believe in anything right now. But it's actually as if you also get a rest from worrying about that. Just go into a sabbatical. Allow yourself this time. Although in South Africa we're not completely on lockdown, a lot of people still have to go to work. They don't have any option. We can't all just buy 3 or 6 months of food and close ourselves up in our houses. It's not a possibility for every person. Lots of people depend on their daily money, on everything that they need to do, getting into a crowded taxi, being part of everything. But only trust will see us through. Allow yourself to spread joy, harmony. We are not here to save each other. We are only here to be an example to each other. I wish you so much love for this week. If you can, try and take a week where you can distance yourself from the world. If you can't, distance yourself from the fears of the world. Allow yourself the space to find the healing of surrendering and trusting life, life on earth, and the creator of it all, the energy that binds us. Take care. I'll speak to you next week. Next Saturday is my birthday, so I decided to, from the month of April, or for the month of April, I'll give a special on my hour sessions, my personal readings, which is available internationally through Skype, WhatsApp call, Zoom, whatever you need to do. If you are struggling to find that inner truth, allow the angels to guide you. It's not about telling your future. It's not about telling you what's going to happen. It's about finding that strength and that power within you. And you are never, never alone. Trust Spirit to be with you. Take good care of yourself. Lots of love. Bye.